Hey, this is Ben with King Machinery. We're going to do a quick overview of the Mahindra Emax 20 today. So a lot of times when people first see this Mahindra Emax 20, one of their first comments is, this thing's really just a glorified lawnmower, isn't it? And we want to show you today what kind of separates it and makes it stand out from just a regular lawnmower, even though it may be a similar footprint. Yes, maybe not a lot larger than some of your large lawnmowers, but definitely bigger than what you're going to find on your mowers at like Home Depot and Lowe's and so on. So, you know, coming here to the back end, you do have the true 3-point lift arms here on the back. You've got your PTO. So a lot of your other tractors, lawn tractors or whatever, if they're a combination of a lawn tractor and a tractor, they're going to maybe have your 3-point arms, but they're not going to have the PTO. You know, something like that. So this one is truly equipped like a tractor. You've got, again, the 3-point arms, the PTO. You do have a hitch down here to be able to pull a trailer there if you wanted. Walking around, you can see that you do get a true high and low range here. So again, on your lawn tractors, you're really going to have just a forward reverse pedal, no high low range. You've got your true 4-wheel drive. You can select in and out. It is hydraulic arms, so you lift up as far as you want, it comes back to neutral, you go down, so you can kind of pick the height, set the height that you wanted at there. So speaking of your hydraulics, we'll show you here in a minute, but this also controls your deck height as far as lifting it up and down. You can set your actual deck height over here as far as it not going below a height that you want it to be set at whenever you're mowing. You do have your forward reverse pedal here for driving. Up here you get your loader arm, so it does have a float mode all the way forward, goes into float. Coming on around as we go from the loader valve, will come around, you'll see the loader. It is a quick detach loader, so you've got your pin here and pin on the other side. You've got a foot here on both sides. You pull this pin out, set the leg down, pin it back in, and then you just pull these pins and you lift it up. You can be unhooked in about 4 to 5 minutes with one person. But coming on around, the Mahindra Emax 20 does have dual cylinders. In this class, there are other competitors that have a single cylinder. To me, that's a big disadvantage to have a single cylinder versus the dual cylinders. You gain a lot with the dual cylinders. You do get the skid loader quick attach on the Mahindra. Again, some other brands, they have what you would call a proprietary system where you're going to have some pins or whatever it may be to hook and unhook. With the Mahindra quick attach, you've just got the levers that you hook and unhook. Any skid loader attachment will hook right up to it. You've got 617 pounds of lift capacity on this loader when you're at full lifting height. You've got a little over 1,200 pounds of breakout force, so down lower you can carry more than that 617 pounds, but all the manufacturers have to rate their tractors at full lifting height, and that's normally at 50% of lifting capacity. So, you know, you can do more with it. Again, you don't want to overwork it, don't want to overdo it. They always want to put safe specs in their specs and everything, but you can safely do, you know, 617 pounds with this. So you got a full metal hood here. Everybody wants metal on their tractor. You don't really want plastic unless, you know, you're playing with your ertl tools, you know, as a kid. Even then, you know, really you want metal there. You know, you don't really want plastic toys. They fall apart. But anyway, you've got your Yanmar diesel engine here. It's a 19.4 horsepower is what that's rated at. Same engine that you see in other brands that they rate as like a 21.5 horsepower. All that depends on, you know, how many RPMs you're running at when you rate it. Different manufacturers rate them different ways. So again, this one's rated at 19.4, but it could easily be rated as a higher horsepower. One thing we really like about this is the way that the radiator is set up. So it's always going to be sucking in from here instead of blowing out on you. So you're not going to get as much heat or anything on you. It's going to help as far as if you're bush hogging or anything, you're not going to be sucking as much material through the front grill. So again, just really helps performance, and just a cool design that they really did on this. But coming around as we continue on, again, you've got your forward reverse hydraulic pedals here as far as driving it. This little button here will set your park brake. So you push down on that, push down on the brake, and it'll set the brake. You've got your draft control, or may not be a true draft control, but it will lock your arms up and it'll lower, slow your speed down or raise your speed up as far as how fast the arms will go up and down depending on what you've got on the back. This is your mower height adjustment there, and then you've got your differential lock over here. So it does have back wheel diff lock and four-wheel drive also. Coming over here, you've got your PTO switch. So this will select which one goes, turns on basically when you engage the PTO. So you've got your mid, which would control your mower deck. You can do mid and rear if you happen to be mowing and had like a tiller right behind you and wanting to go ahead and prepare your garden right after you mow. You could do both, or you can just have it on rear. Again, if you've got a tiller, bush hog, whatever it may be on the back end and wanting to only run it. So one thing that's really cool about this PTO switch is how easy it is to disengage. Say you're driving along, you see a baby rabbit, whatever it may be, and all of a sudden you need to throw your PTO off. It's just a simple, quick push of the button. It disengages the PTO. Same thing as like a safety on a gun or whatever you may be. I mean, it really comes in convenient there. So we're getting ready to jump on this and drive it. Right before we jump on, I do want to point out that it comes standard with a little toolbox here. Again, nothing major, but a lot of other brands give you nothing. So you do get the toolbox. As we're climbing on, you'll see, I mean, I'm a fairly good sized guy. I've got good leg room, good room here, but you turn the key and we'll fire it up. So nice, easy start on the engine. As far as operation, again, you've got your lift arms here up and down. That will give you your mower deck coming up and your 3-point arms. You are able to lock the mower deck into an up position. So if you want to leave the mower deck on and control the 3-point arms, you can pin the deck up and it still be left on. The mower deck also can be removed. It is a drive over system. You do want to raise all 4 of the anti-scalp wheels up completely and let the deck itself ride on the ground whenever you drive across it. It's not you're not going to be able to just pull up to it and it hook itself, up. You're going to have to get underneath there and hook a couple linkages up and everything. There are some other brands that claim, I've not seen it in person, so I don't know how it works, but to me, the idea that you'd be able to just drive up and it's all going to hook up for you and you do nothing, it seems a little janky to me. You're going to really want to lock that PTO into position and everything from that standpoint. But your motor down's going to go up, forward's going to come down, in towards you is going to roll the bucket in, away from you is going to roll the bucket out. So we'll go ahead and bring it up. Already got the mower deck and the lift arms up, so I'm going to disengage the park brake, and we're going to just take it for a little drive. Again, you got your low and your high range. We're going to start out in high. So one thing that we really like is the power steering on the Emax 20. Easy to turn, easy maneuverability, really tight turning radius on this. So if you are using it for a mowing deck or anything like that, you've got a good tight turning radius to be able to get up close to things. In that instance, if you're using it for a mowing deck, again, you'll probably want to disconnect the loader so that you can get closer to things and it's not sticking out in front. But this really is kind of a multi-tool that you can use, have one piece in the garage instead of multiple tools in the garage. Again, just depending on what you're looking to do, this may be the right tractor for you.